In the spring of 1844, New York City was alive with excitement. The streets bustled with carriages and newsboys, and the city's residents were hungry for stories of progress and adventure. America was a nation on the move, and every day seemed to bring new wonders. But nothing could have prepared the public for the headline that appeared in the New York Sun on April 13th. The article was bold and breathless. It claimed that a European balloonist, Monk Mason, along with a small crew, had crossed the Atlantic Ocean in just 75 hours. According to the story, they had launched from England and landed safely in South Carolina. The feat, if true, would have been one of the greatest achievements in the history of flight. The story was detailed and convincing. The article described the balloon itself, a massive silken sphere called the Victoria, its construction, the supplies on board, and the challenges faced by the crew. Readers learned about storms over the ocean, the struggle to keep the balloon aloft, and the moment when the travelers finally glimpsed the American coast. The narrative was filled with technical details and personal anecdotes, making it feel authentic and immediate. People were captivated. Crowds gathered outside the offices of the Sun, eager for updates. Other newspapers reprinted the story, and the news spread quickly across the country. For a brief moment, it seemed as if the impossible had become reality. The idea of crossing the vast Atlantic by air fired the imagination of a generation. But behind the scenes, the truth was very different. The article was the work of Edgar Allan Poe, a writer known for his dark tales and sharp wit. Poe had crafted the story as a hoax, blending real scientific knowledge with pure invention. He wanted to show how easily the public and the press could be fooled by a well-told tale. Poe's story was not the first of its kind. The 19th century was an age of hoaxes and sensational journalism. Newspapers competed fiercely for readers, and a dramatic story could sell thousands of copies. But the Great Balloon Hoax stood out for its ambition and its impact. It captured the spirit of an era fascinated by invention and discovery. If you're enjoying this story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories that bring history's greatest mysteries to life. The truth began to unravel just a few days after the article was published. Skeptics pointed out inconsistencies in the story, and no physical evidence of the balloon or its crew could be found. The Sun quietly admitted the hoax, and the city moved on to the next sensation. But the story lingered in the public's imagination. For Poe, the hoax was both a triumph and a lesson. He had shown the power of storytelling and the dangers of believing everything you read. The Great Balloon Hoax became one of the most famous pranks in American history, a reminder that even the most trusted sources can sometimes lead us astray. But beyond the trickery, the story speaks to something deeper. It captures the hope and ambition of a time when the world seemed full of possibilities. People wanted to believe that the boundaries of the known world could be pushed ever further, that human ingenuity could conquer even the wildest dreams. The Great Balloon Hoax endures because it reminds us of the power of imagination and the importance of questioning what we're told. It's a story about wonder, curiosity, and the thin line between fact and fiction. So the next time you read a headline that seems too good to be true, remember the balloon that never was. Remember that history is full of surprises, and that sometimes the best stories are the ones that make us think twice. If you enjoyed this journey into one of history's cleverest hoaxes, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. What legend or mystery should we explore next? Drop your suggestions below, and remember, the world is full of wonders, some real, some imagined, and all worth discovering. Until next time, keep seeking, keep questioning, and keep the fire of curiosity burning bright.